Namaste everyone. I hope you are doing well. So, in this short video today, I'm going to talk about the research, particularly the concept of research. So, what is research and why we should do research? What are the functions of research, types of research, and overarching uh, philosophy of research? So, uh, I believe this video will support you to understand the concept of research. Let me share my screen over here very quickly. Okay, is it visible there? Yeah, I hope it is visible over there. First of all, I will talk about the meaning of research, characteristics of research, types of research, and also I talk about the scientificness of research or its scientific process, particularly in the field of education. Also, I will be talking about the research paradigms, very popular common research paradigms or philosophy of research. They are positivism or post-positivism, interpretivism, constructivism, pragmatism, and so on. Let me go ahead. Let's begin with the basic concept of research. What do you mean by research? Or how you understand research? So, in general sense, research, the word research is composed of two syllables, re and search, where re means again and search means to examine closely and carefully. In common sense, we understand research is the search for knowledge. We search for the knowledge. So, uh, what is knowledge hidden behind? Let's go to the common definition of research. You can see very quickly. P.M. Cook says research in an honest, exhaustive, intelligent searching for facts and their meanings for implication to given problem. So without problem, we do not conduct any kind of research. And when you encounter with the problems, then you start research. That's why research means a kind of honest and exhaustive intelligent searching for the facts and their meanings for implication to given problem. That means you try to find the solution of the problem. And similarly, F.N. Kirlinger says that research is a systematic, controlled, empirical, and critical investigation of hypothetical proposition about the presumed relation among natural phenomena. So we will have a kind of hypothesis, and to test that hypothesis, we do a kind of research. And in the same way, J.W. Best defines research as a systematic and objective analysis and recording of observation that may lead to the development of theory. Likewise, U. Shekaran says that research is an organized, systematic, data-based, critical, scientific inquiry or investigation into a specific problem undertaken with the objective of finding answer or solution to it. So, as I said to you earlier, research is normally conducted to solve the problem or to find the reasons behind any problem. So likewise, what we have to understand over here is that research is a search for knowledge, or it is a purposeful investigation with the help of objective and systematic study in order to come closer and closer to the truth. Research is a means to go to the phenomena or to go closer to the truth. What is the truth? What is the reality? Likewise, research is normally conducted in order to create new knowledge. So it is said that it is a kind of process to add one brick into the knowledge industry. So doing research is to contribute to the knowledge industry, to support to the academia. Likewise, it is to generate new concepts and understanding. Another thing that we have to understand is research is not only test the hypothesis or to verify the established uh, theory or concept. It is also to understand the phenomena, likewise to help decision making. So why do we do the research? uh, is the reason to make the decision. Sometimes we come at the crossroad of dilemma where what to decide. At that time, research supports us to make decisions with the facts, with the figures, and the truth. Also, research is conducted to find alternative strategies. Sometimes what happens, you may be wondering what to do further or what may be the next solution, next alternative for that. For example, during COVID-19, many of us could not go to the workplace, particularly in the field of education. We could not run our classes regularly because of this pandemic. And so what we did, we tried to find the alternative solution through the research. That means, we searched and we invented, new technique of teaching or connecting the students into the online platform like Zoom, Teams, and we got connected with the students and we supported them. Likewise, research is done to increase the stock of knowledge. As I said to you, research doing research is to increase the stock of knowledge. Okay, there are many already known facts in the knowledge industry, and we add more by research. And what is research methodology then? So, research methodology is the entire process to find the fact or to find the solution of the problem, or it is a kind of process of getting the truth. Let's say research methodology is the process that involves all kind of things like research philosophy, research strategies, methods of reaching to the truth. That's the point. Further, research has a kind of nature, its own nature. It is distinct from other normal kind of activities. So first of all, research always has the nature like scientificness or objective and a logical process. It follows the objective and logical processes due to specific systematic and scientific and academic nature, because research is academic endeavor, academic attempt. That's why it follows certain objective, and it goes into the logical process one after another. It is always systematic, scientific, and academic. And another one is it explores the reality to be familiar with the social phenomena. And then it describes the phenomena through the observation or description of the process of the phenomena. And also it explains the phenomena for the occurrence of events. So if the event occurs time and again in certain pattern system, then of course it is the subject of investigation, and based on that occurrences that observable data and facts, the finding is drawn. Generalizing of findings to a large population. After completion of the research, we come to the finding, and that finding can be generalizable to the large population. And then also prediction based on the research findings, or based on that prediction, we will do kind of, or based on the findings, we generalize or we predict what will happen next. This is the research nature of research, and always research aims to solve the problems. So here we talk about the nature of scientific research. What do you mean by the term scientificness, or the word scientific, which is derived from the word science, as a specific method or logic of inquiry? So if there is no specific, objective, systematic method or logic of inquiry, that cannot be the research. So research has the nature of being scientific. And science means, science that aims to improve the quality of life. Always science, innovates something, or, it is to develop theory based on the observable empirical data. And scientific research is a systematic accurate in the manner of exact science. It has to be reliable, valid, objective. When we say research, it is not based on any assumption only. It is based on the observable fact, based on the empirical and a measurable evidence. So it is defined as a systematic and organized pursuit of investigation. That's why it is said that it always follows a sequence of steps, or logical, organized, and a painstaking methods. Okay? The methods should be rigorous, systematic. So it becomes, trusted one. Everyone trusts and everyone follows it. So it is, scientific research focuses on the goal of problem solving. When there is the problem, then we conduct the research. What we do in the research, normally we define the problems and getting insight into the related literature. Then we review the literature, what is already done and what needs to be done. We do the literature review and we come to the conclusion, or find the gap for the research. We frame the research questions. Then based on the research questions, we collect the data, analyze the facts, and then build the theory. Also, in research, what happens, we try to understand or generalize the phenomena in other context. So what are the process of scientific research then? There are certain process. The first step or first process is to sense the problem. Without problem, we do not conduct the research. And what we do, we sense the problem, or sensing the problem, understanding the problem, whether it is the problem or not, whether that problem is researchable or not. So we observe the situation, understand the problem. We don't only see the things, event, action in smooth orders. So if there is, a bit, awkward, or, quite, different kind of, observation, then we start doing research. The first step is to understand the problem. Second step is to identify whether it is a problem or what is the specific problem. We focus on problem, whether it is well defined or not, because defining problem is half of the solution to the problem, but understanding the problem is the halfway of solving it. That's why the researcher should make the problem clear and define well at the first. Then we try to see the theoretical or conceptual framework to guide that particular research, because every research is based on particular philosophy or logical integration of the information to conceptualize the problem. So one problem may have multiple solution, multiple ways of looking at it. So which perspective, which concept you adopt, which theoretical perspective do you adopt for solving that particular problem. That's why we conceptualize the problem and make frame to examine variables for identifying relation among them. So these conceptual frameworks, these philosophies are called paradigms as well. And then what we do, we try to formulate the hypothesis. Making hypothesis means a guess, a testable statement that are logically conjectured for getting specific answers to questions in an empirical way. So then only we do design the research, or designing what types of design will be fit for that problem. That guides the design overall. The research design guides the entire process of research. That includes research philosophy, strategies, methods, all. That's what we say research paradigm or research framework. And we specify the research design that fits the problem and hypothesis. Then next step, we go for data collection, and we follow certain data collection procedures. We develop the tools, whether it is quantitative or qualitative methods. Based on that, we develop the tools. For example, questionnaire we make for quantitative research, observation, interview, field notes, document analysis can be the tools for the qualitative research. So we develop or we design that research design. Based on that, we collect the data and analyze. So analysis of data is another step. So and then we edit the data, coding, organizing, tabulating. We use statistical tools, description, test kind of thing, and then we come to the conclusion. So refinement of theory and implementation of the findings, it comes at last. We interpret, we discuss, we generalize based on the findings. So we make meaning, a meaning-making process. Research is also the meaning-making process. We compare the existing theory, what is already existed, the concept, or refute the theory. Sometimes our findings may suggest the opposition or a different result, and based on that we refute or we state implication of findings in the related area. That is what we do here. So some features of scientific research, let me talk about that one. Number one, research is always systematic. It is systematic approach, an ordered or a sequential step-by-step approach. Second one, research is always purposive. Without purpose, we do not do any kind of research. So it focuses on the specific purpose, basis of procedures, methods, interpretation. So minimizing error by a careful design of the purpose. So without purpose, we can't go further. Next, research or scientific research is always objective. Objectivity in all activities of research, not only one. Objectivity from the very beginning of the research to the end. While analyzing, interpreting the data, we have to be objective. That determines the conclusion and minimizes the bias and errors. That helps us to understand and apply the findings. Next feature of scientific research is relevancy. Relevancy means the process what we follow in the research should be relevant to objectives. We have already developed the research questions, its objectives, and our every activity should align with these objectives and research questions, or the framework. So we should avoid the collection of the irrelevant data or information, and that has to go along with the framework. Next one is testability is another characteristic. Testability means it is an essential feature developing and testing hypothesis. Okay, maybe parametric or non-parametric test we apply. Next one is replicability. Replicability means the findings of the research should be replicable. should be, generalized, or should have, the nature of realizable, generalizable. It gives similar results to previous study by similar methods, procedures, and analysis. Another one is rigor. Research is a rigorous process. That means carefulness, painstaking, and scrupulousness, and then exactness or accuracy, theory-based, carefully thought-out methodology, enable to collect right information and reduce error and biases. The next one is generalizability. Generalizability, that means applicability of the findings to a wider population, more representativeness. Sample increases the degree of generalizability that make more useful and valuable research. So, social or educational research can be quantitative, qualitative both. It involves the systematic collection of the methods to produce the knowledge. It can tell us things we do not expect. It is objective, empirical, and replicable research. It consists of theory and observation. So, social science research, I'm not going to talk about this one, but social science and educational research are quite same. For example, social science research is a scientific undertaking which, by means of logical methods, aim to discover the facts and to analyze their sequences, interrelationship, causal explanation, and natural laws which govern them. They have certain principles like social variability principle, social grouping principle, social context principle. Look at here, this process in social sciences, and that can be applicable to the educational research as well. First, define the problem. Second, review the literature, formulate a testable hypothesis, select research design, maybe survey or maybe observation, experiment, which one we follow, develop the conclusion. This is what we do. There's some difficulties of applying scientific methods in educational research, like complexity of subject matter. There can be difficulty of obtaining accurate measurement and the influence of the measurement process or result. They are the difficulties the researchers often face. Difficulty of using experiments to test hypotheses, difficulty of making accurate prediction, problematic objectives, kind of things. Thank you very much for listening to me and for watching this video. I hope you understood some basic idea. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave the comments in the comment section below. Thank you very much once again. Bye-bye.